What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 21 of Back of the Burb. We are legal now. We are legal to party.
Yep.
Old enough to party.
Yep. We made it.
We made it all the way.
I'm pretty sure I've said that literally every week.
I think so.
Yeah. You've said it like, yeah, we made it. Like we're still alive.
I feel like that's
Saturday.
not even the first time I'm
now,
mentioning that I say it every
It's
episode.
been 5 months.
Oh my god.
We're week one into the fifth month
Oh.
at this point.
But now
Wow.
it means like now we're really into the part of where we might not make it because like we can go party.
That's
We
true.
can go out to
yeah.
bars and get like
Yeah, we can get like run over by a car walking out of a bar or something.
We could like
that's-
start fights with like a bar security and just get
and just-
absolutely like.
He actually busts out like a pair of brass knuckles and beats the shit out of us.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Ruh-roh.
yeah, like Zoink Scoob.
We come back and one of us has like a broken leg and we're all like, ugh.
You know what it is? You know what it is? We're just gonna chalk it up to good old MXC.
Yeah.
Don't get
Eliminated! Oh, dude. I was so happy when I found that. Like, there's like full episodes, I think, on like, I don't know if it's YouTube
Yeah,
or.
yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yo, real talk?
Going back to watch that is just
Real talk?
magical.
Takeshi's Castle or MXC?
Okay,
So, do you know the difference, Matt?
No.
I do.
I figured you do.
Mm-hmm.
The original show is called Takeshi's Castle. Everywhere
okay,
else in
yeah.
the world, they kind of let it go like unreleased is what it was, and they just subtitled it.
Yep.
Here in America, they went like
They
and
basically dubbed over it. Yeah.
So like that's why when you watch it, it's like all over the place. You're like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
like
is
none
going
of the
on?
voices line up with the mouths.
And like in the American show, you only ever see like the whole boulder like running up the castle wall one, like,
Right.
twice
yeah.
in the entirety of the show.
Yeah, in the actual
Yeah.
show, there's like progression. You're like watching like the contestants make
Yeah.
their way there.
Yeah.
Whereas like I will say, having seen both, I prefer MXC because the voiceovers are just fucking
MXC all
hilarious.
day.
Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
Absolute joke.
Not to mention, I mean the stupid theme song. Like, oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
exactly.
then who's the little explorer guy who interviews everybody?
So what do you think about this? God,
something Gee.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's still on Spike TV.
I don't even know if
thing.
Spike TV is
That's
still
what I
a
was gonna
thing.
say. Is that even a thing anymore?
You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
There's a couple of places I know. A couple of my friends found it too, and I got that like they started watching it. It was like, oh man, because that was like we were at least for me like I was like freshman year of high school when I was watching that, so it's like, oh
Yep.
dude, that was like. Dude, screw cartoons. I got home from school and it was like MXC.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm watching.
Fuck, I remember seeing it on Spike
Yep, Spike.
Yeah.
in middle school. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking
Sure it
like
was when we were in middle
no,
school.
we're talking like 6th grade.
Yeah, so it was probably on then too. Yeah.
Like that,
I
that
didn't-
was
I
the
just
first
didn't-
time I saw it. Like,
Yeah, I just didn't get good cable until like high school.
yeah.
I was living off of like rabbit ears for most of my
I went over
childhood.
to a friend's house and he's like, "Yo, have you ever seen this before?" I'm like, "No, what is this?" He's like, "Oh, you gotta watch this," and then proceeded to like just laugh my ass off at it for hours.
Yeah, dude, it's such a classic. If you've never watched MXC, I mean, nowadays it's pretty dated, but like some of those jokes in there, like especially the voiceover jokes, like they're just. I still quote one like to it. I don't even know if I could say it because it's kind of racist, but all right, I'm gonna say it anyway.
Dude, it was on national TV for years.
Yeah, all right, that's fair,
Reruns.
that's fair. Yeah, so it was like this group of like politically correct people, and like it was supposed to be this woman who was like she didn't even say anything. It was just like the voiceover saying like, oh yeah, she wants to change the name of the Black Widow spider to the African American single parent, and I still like to this day like that is like one of my favorite bits of all time. So anytime like Black Widow shows up in like the Avengers, I'm like, oh wow, okay, yeah, wow, way to be PC, Disney. Why don't you call her the African American single parent?
My favorite part is,
And why is she Russian?
exactly. My favorort part about that is how out of control the voiceover was.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
it was so out of control. They'd have ones where it's like, yeah, and our competition today is the meat shop butchers
Yeah,
versus the paper pushers at the bank.
Yeah, like they would just like make up these two teams and just be like, oh yeah, these guys are like,
and every joke would be centered for each team would be centered around it.
Yeah,
and it didn't even matter what side they were. They were just picking a random person, like, oh, you're on this team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Oh, it was that.
Oh my god,
had to do the voiceover. That was awesome.
Yeah, like that. Like that's the thing. Like Takeshi's Castle. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure if you grew up with that, like obviously you're gonna prefer that, but
oh dude, Takeshi's Castle's lit.
it's still good. But something about the dumbass voiceovers and like, oh, the most painful eliminations of the day. Like, that. It was just so classic. I don't know.
Well, okay, the most painful elimination, they would like rewind it and show it in slow.
Oh yeah, they would do like the YouTube poop kind of like replaying it
came
over.
from of like, oh, let's watch that again, and they rewind it and play it again and play it again and play it again. Yeah, because MXC was doing that shit and it was wild at the time.
Oh yeah, dude,
YouTube poop.
We love that. That show's awesome. Sorry, I don't know how we got here, but yeah.
Don't get
eliminated. That's right. That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Chet, what's his face? And God, I can't remember.
I know, dude. As soon as I see it, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's his freaking name.
Yeah, but like
To me, the announcer, like the little guy who would go around interviewing people, he had the best name, and like it was always weird because he was always like a lech. So like anytime he was interviewing a female, like they would just like the voiceover would just be like, you're pretty attractive. How about you come to my hotel room? Like it's just like so cartoonishly stupid, and I fucking love it.
Oh, I love that show. So
yeah.
much.
Sorry. Okay, that was a trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
We're episode 21. We made it this far. 5 months in.
That's how we got here.
Yeah, that's
Holy
how we got
crap.
here. Holy crap.
Okay.
That was off on a tangent, huh?
Yeah, it was.
That always happens.
Yeah.
That wasn't a long one. That was a short one.
No,
It was a good one.
It was.
Yeah.
It was short, but it was a maze, man. Because I forgot where we came from.
You know what? No, you know what's sticking with me that you said is the one thing is today's kids will never understand is having the rabbit ears.
Oh
If
yeah,
you
no.
had the rabbit ear
Yeah.
TV, yeah.
No, they
with
didn't.
with the tube TV, not a
Oh
flat
yeah.
screen.
You had to deal with the curvature of the glass.
Yeah.
That stuff still exists, and we actually have it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Like,
So, all the local channels like WBZ and WMUR.
they still
and all that,
they broadcast.
yeah.
It's digital, but they still broadcast.
It's like $100 like little satellite dish mini. I can show you. It's up on the roof of the house. And then like Dish comes out like Dish Network. They come out and they install it for like $100.
Oh.
And all your local channels are free.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I know we get some like actually because I just hooked one up for my mom. We you just get like the over the air antenna. It's not quite as good as it used to be, like because it used to be if you got a partial signal, like it was still watchable. It was just fuzzy.
Yeah, no.
Nowadays, if you get a partial signal, it's just pixels and like half the sound.
And like more than half your frames are missing. Yeah.
That's like I know in theory the image quality is so much better, but why did they force that? It should just that's like the one thing they really should have just left analog because it worked better.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Like,
But yeah,
it's
you
still
can still
around.
get it. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's not like I know exactly what you're talking about. Where, Dad wants to watch the football game or the hockey game or whatever the fuck, and you come in and it's like it's bent over here like this, and then it's like, oh, I want to watch Cartoon Network, so you got to come over here and bend it like that.
You got to bend it over
and
that way to get the other signal.
to get
Yeah,
Cartoon Network. Yeah, like all that shit.
It stinks at my mom's condo because it's like this big concrete building, and,
Yeah.
and only one side faces out. So it's like, okay, well, that's the only channels you get, and it's hilarious because like she lives in the north side of town, which is not far from the WMUR Broadcasting Center. Doesn't get it because it doesn't face the right way. Literally doesn't even see it.
Well, you should be able to get one of those on the roof, like pretty easily.
Yeah, we probably could, but like it's like a shared building and it's 3 floors, so we might be able to get one up there, but I don't think she really cares enough.
I'm just saying, like you should be able to get.
Oh yeah, like at my house, like actually at my old house where we lived on that hill, dude, we would get everything.
Yeah,
it was
of
actually
course.
really awesome.
You're on the hill and there's no trees around.
Yep, yeah, we get actually one of my favorite over-the-air channels. This is a stupid topic. I don't even. But one of my favorite over-the-air channels is something called Comet, which is just like all like 80s, 90s or older sci-fi.
Oh, perfect.
That's actually pretty sweet.
Dude, I don't know. There's something magical about being like something like a lot of people don't get anymore is like channel surfing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you don't like, because you don't have to anymore. Everything's on demand. Like, even like over-the-air TV now, like with DVRs and stuff, is on demand.
And
like,
it tells
don't
you
have
exactly what's on.
Yeah, yeah.
You will never know of having to sit through a commercial to figure out what's actually
see what's
on.
actually coming on, and then deciding whether it was worth sticking with that crappy program or switching and watching more ads to see the
How
next
much time
channel.
do you think we wasted as children doing that?
Oh, dude, I watched like so much shit that I would not have watched
know.
otherwise, and I still do. Because, like, I still have, like, the over-the-air stuff. So it's like, I'll sit through commercials and they'll be like, oh, look what's on. It's In the Heat of the Night. And I'm like, this kind of sucks. But I don't want to sit through more ads to see what's on another channel. So I guess I'm watching In the Heat of the Night.
That's why you just channel surf. You just start flipping channels.
Right.
Like,
But, like, there's something kind of magical about that because you wind up watching so much shit that you would not otherwise want to. And then you kind of, like, develop an appreciation for it. Like, watching, like racist ass Archie Bunker be like, oh yeah, now he's like the head of like a Louisiana police department. It's like, whoa.
Or you had the little TV guide channel that was like half of the screen was an ad, and the other thing went like in super slow motion to show all the channels of what was on.
Oh, the TV guide channel.
You couldn't actually fucking read it.
Yeah. If your TV was like too small, you were too far away because tubes were like hopelessly low res.
I think the best part about that was when it stopped scrolling. Like if you had one where it wouldn't scroll, where it would do it for like 10 seconds, it would show you like the 5 channels for like 10 seconds, and then it would flip to the next card.
Yep.
Like it did it at the same speed, but because it didn't keep scrolling constantly, you could actually read it.
Yeah.
It still sucked. But...
the other one was, and this is gonna sound this is super spurgy, but it was the Weather Channel. Because, like, I think they still do it, but it's, like, different now. They used to do this thing called Local on the 8s, which was, like, before internet, like, you could just, like, get your weather. Like, Local on the 8s, every time, like, it was, like, 10:18, 10:28, 10:38, they would show you the local radar. They would show you the local forecast. They would show you the current conditions. And it'd be like...
basically an ad break.
Right. But, like, they would play it at the end of the ad break, and it would show you, like, okay, well, this is, like, your local weather. And it was actually really handy, unless you flip to it and you're like, oh shit, it's like just turned to 10:19. And you look and it's like, okay, well now you gotta wait 10 minutes before you can actually get the weather. And it's like, god damn it, now they tricked me, and I gotta watch the Weather Channel for 10 minutes. But it's like the same thing, it's like, I missed it,
or whatever the hell. It was.
I mean, like half that stuff is like just garbage TV, but I mean, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Jim Cantori, like he's always fun to watch.
Well, I mean, hey, you want to talk about garbage TV? Let's talk about Discovery and WB merging this week.
Oh,
what? 2 weeks ago.
That hurts.
Basically, they merged and they decided to start destroying stuff. So, like the new Batgirl movie that was almost out, they just straight up deleted it as a whole. It's gone.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
It's gone.
Yeah.
And then in the process of all of this, not only did they do that, they all of Cartoon Network stuff. And like a bunch of other stuff was all on HBO Max. Well, it's just gone. It's deleted, gone. Like the creators have been on Twitter of some of like these cartoons and everything, and they're like, "No, it's gone.
Wow,
it's gone."
That's
so like the
really
only way you're
up.
watching this now because the programming is gone is like if you're pirating.
Damn.
But needless to say, they started doing all of that, and they went from they're like, "Oh, well, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna cut, Batgirl and." Blah, 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 blah. And the next thing you know, it's like in 1 week because they've destroyed all this stuff. Their stocks tumbled. They've lost $20 billion in 1 week.
Oh, my God. That's brutal.
So whose executives are doing that, do you think? Is that WB side or Discovery side?
I don't know.
Because I don't know much about the deal. I know one company bought the other, but I don't know who bought who.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just know it was like a whole merger. And I see it from Twitter.
Yeah, right.
Because I follow some of I follow creators, all kinds of artists and animators and stuff on Twitter.
Yeah.
Not just video game stuff. So like all of a sudden it's like you just start seeing this shit.
Right.
It was like I saw it from the original creator of Chowder.
Oh no shit! Wow.
Is how I saw it. It's like where it was like, wait a minute, what? They just deleted shit?
Oh, so his show's just like
gone.
Wow.
Gone.
That's
so
horrible.
Outside of like pirated media, it's gone.
Damn.
So here's the thing now is like I don't think they've realized it. They literally just created a generation of people who are going to pirate.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is like the thing that Gabe Newell from Valve has always said piracy is not a problem of pricing; it's a problem of availability.
It's a service problem.
Yeah, as soon as like you can't get a hold of it, or you don't think it's worth what it costs or whatever, it's like then you're just gonna pirate it, and that's how people are gonna get this shit now.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, like sometimes when it comes to pirating TV shows, like that really is like the weakest evil.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, half the time it's like some shitty rip anyway. It's like I just want to like remember this one joke.
Yeah,
like I remember like I had to sift through like this entire torrent. It was like the entire catalog of Courage the Cowardly Dog, all because I wanted the stupid soundbite of Ramses, the man of Gauze, the man of Gauze. Like that's all I wanted. I just wanted that joke.
That's brutal.
And it was like just some like really crappy like 360p rip. Like,
of course.
But the audio was fine, so I was like, all right, this is good. But yeah,
but like,
no, that's sad.
Like, no,
that's
Gabe
fucking.
Newell's right. Like, it's a service issue.
Yeah.
Like, your online streaming service should be a fucking tip jar, not a fucking subscription. Like,
right. Right.
And like, what's worse is like, obviously HBO and all these other ones were hurting, and that's why all this happened. But let's be real here. You're fucking subscribing to HBO, and you still gotta watch ads at the start.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking Hulu, you have to pay a double the price premium to get no ads.
Dude, that
but it
one.
still plays ads at the start. Like,
that
no,
one
get the fuck
drives
outta
me.
here.
That one drives me nuts just because it's like.
This is why everybody was excited to get away from cable and why Netflix got so big.
Right. It is really frustrating because it's like if it was just like basically just on-demand cable, I'd be like, all right. I mean, I get it. If I didn't have to pay extra for this, I'd just be like, all right. If Comcast offered this service like just free, like and it was ad supported, I'd just be like, and it's on your cable bill, I'd be like, all right, whatever. Yeah. But it's not. You have to pay like out of pocket to just subscribe to this shit just so you can watch like 5 minutes of ads with your programming. I mean, fortunately, I don't know what it is because I usually watch on like a Chromecast or whatever. And after a while, the ads just like stop working. So like if I watch like a couple episodes, like I'll watch Sunny and I'll watch like one episode and it's like normal ads. And then the next episode, it only plays ads like at the end credits.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And it's just like broken from there on out. So it like just doesn't play ads. Like it just forgot to download them. I don't have ad block on it or anything. I mean, it's just broken.
Dude, it's better than Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
So Crunchyroll is like the biggest for anime streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the biggest ones were like Crunchyroll and Funimation, and then obviously it was just piracy.
Yeah.
Right? But every time you try to go like watch all the free anime and shit like that on like your pirated sites or whatever the fuck, it's always a pain in the ass because the subs are way off, or you're lucky if it even has subtitles.
Oh yeah, or half the time you're like downloading for like you're watching it from some like weird Polish server that has like an upload speed of like 200K, and it's like, okay, well,
yeah, you get to watch 5 minutes every 15 minutes. Yeah.
I do know that pain. Like I was watching with a friend like over like Discord or wherever we were watching Avatar, and it was like, well, how do we watch this like without using Netflix?
Painful.
It's like, all right, well, we found a website. It's like some European piece of crap, and
yeah. So like you had that. Funimation got bought out by Sony, and then a little while later, no. Wait, needless to say, both companies were bought out, Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Okay.
And now they're owned by Sony. Right, Crunchyroll's owned by Sony, but Sony won't put them on like PSN Plus or anything like that, or as part of it, which is what they should do.
Oh yeah,
right?
that would be like
but
a
at the
huge
same
sell.
time, when all this happened, you used to be able to watch shows like even the new current shows. So on Crunchyroll, you could watch them, and it'd be like, all right, well, episode 10 just came out. Like episode 10 comes out tomorrow. Well, if you were on a free account and not like paid for the subscription, you'd have to wait 2 weeks to watch it. That's fair though.
Yeah,
that's fair though, because you're gonna get ads also.
Right.
So you pay a 2-week premium, like you pay for 2 weeks worth of of that without having to wait and no ads. Right. Well, now on a free account, you can only watch the first 3 episodes of a show. Period. And more than half of the catalog. Because they used to have like everything on Crunchyroll until like Funimation started taking it.
Right. Because then they would take anything they published.
Anything they had, they put on their own service.
Right.
Well, even then though, you could watch everything on both of their services under the free subscription. You could watch it with ads. And like the old one, like all the old shows you could watch.
Right.
But now, like, no, like all that shit's gone.
Damn.
Like now you got to find it between Netflix or whatever or one of these other ones.
I
And
will
it's
say
painful.
for that weeb shit, I usually just torrent because
Yeah.
that I will say like of all like the rip communities, whatever you want to call them, like they have consistently like better quality than like a lot of what you get over the air.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's why Crunchyroll got so big. It was kind of like Netflix. It became the gold standard.
Right. But yeah, like when I was watching like Gundam or whatever, and it'd be like, all right, well, I mean, it was okay for a while because I think like at one point they just put like all the episodes on YouTube, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna watch it there. But then they like took them down, so I was like, oh, this sucks. How am I gonna watch like the next season? So a
lot of the Gundam stuff's on Netflix now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like a lot of the stuff is actually on Netflix. The only thing I don't like about Netflix is like they suck shit because they're putting shows in Netflix jail. Or in the case of like the bigger longer series like obviously you guys know like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Whether you watch it or like it or not is a different story.
All I know about it is absolute meme material.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you had that meme material because it was like every fucking Friday the new episode went up on Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was every Friday was when you got the new episode. Well, Netflix got control of it for Stone Ocean, which is the current one that's going, which is Arc 6. No. Yeah, Arc 6.
Okay.
Because 7 is Steel Ball Run. That's like the best one. I love JoJo. That's just me.
Okay, I was gonna say like
anyways,
you could just throw random numbers.
Yeah, no. JoJo's like one of my favorites.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, when it went to Netflix, it's like, yeah, here's 12 episodes at a time. So because like they just dropped 12 episodes at a time, like the community aspect just kind of disintegrated.
Right.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, look at Disney Plus, look at HBO, look at like Crunchyroll and all these other ones. Like when they drop an episode a week, like everyone's on it. Talking about it for the week. All the memes are coming out and everything. Like that's all you see for the week.
It's like the pro wrestling thing.
Yeah.
Like, because they only do like the events at like one time, so it's like, well, as soon as like that event starts, everybody's watching it, you know, or at least everybody that's a fan of it,
and then everybody's talking about it, building hype. For the next one.
Right. Yeah, you don't really get that when it's just like you get a season drop and now you just gotta wait like 6 months for the next season. It's like,
no. And then on top of that, they'll put some shows in like in what people call Netflix jail. So a prime example is Beastars. Okay. Beastars was done and published and out in Japan for 6 months before they released it in America. And all the subs and all the dubs, like the English dubs and everything, were done when it went live in Japan. So you had to do the good old VPN to access Japanese Netflix.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like they had to dub it.
But if you were just like here in America, like you had to wait 6 months to get your hands on the sub and the dub. That was all done when the show went live in Japan.
Oh, that
it was not done. Like there was nothing done, but the show sat in Netflix jail for 6 months before it came to the States. And that's one of the things that Crunchyroll got around. Was it was like, yeah, well, we do it. You know, we do the simulcast. Like when the show goes live in Japan, it's going live everywhere else in the world through the power of the internet and with the subs. Like it takes a while to get done.
Right. Yeah, because they got
the power.
Yeah, it takes them a little bit longer because they basically have to wait for the show to be done before they can, or at least that episode to be done before they can start dubbing it.
But that's why it's like, that's why it all goes back to, it's like you look especially at a lot of this stuff now. All these streaming programs have become exactly what we all hated about cable.
Yeah.
Yep. And now it's like, all right, so now we've gone full circle. It's time to start pirating again.
Yep.
Because fuck you guys.
Once these rich yahoos get a hold of all this stuff, if they just ruin it.
I just think it's like that whole like
money.
We're in that phase of like everybody's buying each other. So it's like at this like it still freaks me out that like Microsoft is like buying Activision. Like I know that's kind of old news, but it's like just the fact that like these giant ass companies are like able to buy each other out and basically just own like all the AAA entertainment media is just like, what the hell is happening? Yeah. Where is like the antitrust shit?
Yeah, but you know what? Fucking Activision needs to go. It's time Activision goes anyway.
Absolutely.
Because like, let's be real here. Anything to do with Activision is Call of Duty because Call of Duty is so big it can't fail.
I lost respect for Activision when they killed off the Project Gotham studio.
Yeah,
that was like in what 2010 or whatever. Bizarre.
I don't remember.
Bizarre Designs or Bizarre Creations.
But like let's be real here. Well, Project Gotham Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Playground Games now, making Forza Horizon.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, that's where Horizon came from.
Oh,
But
okay. it still sucks. Though, but, yeah, all right, go on.
What I was saying is like, Call of Duty doesn't fail. Like you have obviously some games that don't sell as much. Where it's like, oh no, this year only sold 5 million copies. Well, the last 2 years sold 10 million. It's like, that's just nature of what dev is making the game at the time. But obviously you guys have major problems to where they have so many issues where it becomes the same thing with EA where it's like, all right, well you had Visceral and Visceral was making like Dead Space and it was so fucking good. And then like perfect example, you had Infinity Ward who was making like the best Call of Duties at the time and they were tired of getting screwed by Activision. So they turned around there and now they're Respawn. Like all the guys who left IW are now Respawn, working for EA.
Right.
But the thing is like they signed a contract with EA saying, yeah, our way or the highway, you fuck off.
I'm so surprised EA even agreed to that because they're like the fucking worst.
You know why EA agreed to it?
Why?
Because they got the Call of Duty people.
And
whether or not they want to admit it, they got Titanfall out of it. And it's a shame that they screwed Titanfall pretty hard, especially with like the launch of 2, because that's been EA's best shooter for a while.
Yeah.
Just look at Apex compared to Battlefield and the other ones that they publish.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, Battlefield's been going to hell in a handbasket, really.
Yeah. So, like, it's that's why they're able to get away with it. But no, like, fucking, they killed off so many good studios, Activision did, because Call of Duty needs more help. And because games aren't doing good. But they redid the Spiral collection, the Reignited collection, and then they did the Crash collection, and then they did Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remaster. And like those games are awesome. All of them were awesome. Like they did a hell of a job re-releasing them and doing all this stuff. And then like killed it the entire time. But they only sold like 1 million copies. Right. That's a failure. What do you mean that's a failure? That's a success.
Yeah, it's only become a failure because their standards are so stupidly high now.
It's because everything's based around Call of Duty. So like Toys for Bob, who did the remake of Spyro and Crash, like they turned around and turned Toys for Bob into like, all right, well you're making Call of Duty maps.
That is disgusting.
And you wonder why it's like all these all these good franchises and games are just disappearing.
Yeah, right.
And it's one of those where it's like, I understand, a lot of these old games, people mostly just want it for nostalgia, whether or not they're actually good if they come back. Same with all these characters.
Right.
But you just kind of look at it and you're just like, but like, I want to play more. I want to play more. Like I'll pay for more. That's just me.
Right.
I grew up with these characters. I like these characters.
Yeah.
As long as the game's good, I'm going to enjoy it. If you release a hot turd, which like, let's be real here, I get the feeling Sonic Frontiers is going to be a hot turd.
I was actually about to mention Sonic. It's like the one game where it's like, yeah, I mean they keep making games and
okay, but let's be real here. Let's be real here. Every time a good Sonic game drops, so we're talking we'll say Generations and Mania. I have 3-4 copies of each. Like I've got it on the Xbox, I've got it on the PC, I've got them on the Switch. Because like, yeah, you guys deserve that for those ones.
Right.
And like, it's not very often when you get a good Sonic.
True. Oh, absolutely true.
And Mario like the same, but obviously it's not as bad.
Yeah, I mean
because it's Nintendo.
Right. Yeah. Them making a real screwy title is pretty. It's not impossible, but it's much more rare than like Sega team or Sonic Team releasing like a piece of shit.
Yeah. The thing with Nintendo though is like Nintendo is so crazy about their quality control,
right?
That like that's why we haven't seen an F-Zero. It ain't any of this other stuff. No, it's like F-Zero is one of those where it's like, all right, we need to do a racing game that's going to push the limits of the hardware, and we got to make it different in some way.
Oh,
and the thing is like. They hit the magnum opus with F-Zero on the GameCube.
Yeah.
That's why we haven't seen one since.
Right. Actually, yeah, fun fact, if anybody didn't know this, during the Super Nintendo generation, because, like, Nintendo wanted to be cooler and edgier, because, like, Sega was, like, kind of
kicking their ass,
Yeah. Captain Falcon was supposed to be the new Nintendo mascot. They were going to phase out Mario, and they were going to make Captain Falcon the guy, and then, like, people were like, who the fuck is this? And why is, like... Because, like, realistically, like, we just spent like the last hour before this started just talking about like Forza and like racing games and stuff. And it's like realistically, it's like we're a kind of a niche subset of the gaming community.
Yeah.
Like everybody will like occasionally play a racing game and be like, oh, this is kind of fun. But like
no.
nobody.
No. That's more than 90% of our
When
gaming.
you have like however many thousands of dollars like sim rig or like you spend like hundreds of hours in just one game, it's like no, we spurg out on racing games. Yeah.
So like we'll play like anything like Gran Turismo and
Yeah,
Forza and
so like
Project Cars and Assetto.
Yeah,
we
like
know
that.
all of them.
Yeah, like the whole like so like they'd see Captain Falcon and be like, who the fuck is this guy? And it didn't work, but that was and then they brought it to the GameCube. I don't know. Was there an F-Zero game for the N64? I don't even.
Yeah,
think.
there was.
Was there?
Yeah, it was F-Zero FX.
Oh, FX. That's
or
right.
F-Zero X.
F-Zero X.
Yeah. And like F-Zero X, like it was a 60 FPS 4-player racing with a map creator. And the GameCube was like, all right, how far can we tweak this?
That's true. Graphics? Yeah, the GameCube's fucking.
The thing you also have to remember is F-Zero, especially once it went 3D, was a collaboration with Sega.
Didn't know
like, that. The guys who do the arcade division of Sega, the really good ones who did like Virtua Fighter and some of like the other like really, really good arcade machines, they're the ones.
That makes sense.
Was it Amusement Vision, something like that?
I wouldn't know.
I don't remember the name of the studio, but it's like they did it specifically with Sega. So I think that's part of it too.
Yeah.
Because Sega, like, let's be real here. The only successful franchise Sega has anymore is Dragon Quest and Yakuza.
Yeah.
But like Yakuza's fun, and like everything tied to Yakuza. But like, yeah, I'm gonna play Yakuza. You know why I don't play Dragon Quest? Because Dragon Quest is like that. I'm winding down on Sunday night. I gotta go to bed early before. I just want to play a video game. Dragon Quest is great, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
And like, that's not my type of game. But then like, they have Sonic sitting there, and they just mutilate Sonic like every couple of iterations.
Dude, it always feels like every Sonic game since like Adventure 2 has been like they're trying to reinvent the wheel and they just fuck it up so royally. Like, it's amazing.
If you go into it and you see what was actually going on, like Adventure 1, they got crunched, and then Adventure 2, they had even less time than they did with Adventure 1.
I know.
So like
I can't
like. And those dudes, like if you actually like see the interviews and stuff with like actual Sonic team, like the guys when they were making it, when they were over in San Francisco when they made 1 and 2 for the Dreamcast, like those guys, they're like, yeah, dude, we were working our asses off, balls to the wall as much as we could, and we were just doing like what we thought was good. But then like when you actually see that they were being crunched over and over and over, and then you start hearing like what was actually going on inside of Sega, it's like no wonder why Sonic's shit.
Right.
It's rushed every single last time. And it's like, oh, well, what if we make him a black and red color and give him a gun and he roller skates instead? And you're like, all right,
what if there's like 3 Sonics? Like, would that be cool, right? Like, come on, man.
We need edgy Sonic. Who is Shadow.
So bad.
Who's coming to the 3rd movie.
Oh, God. I mean, I refuse to watch the movies. I don't care.
Wait. First one's actually good.
I don't care. I will not.
No, like it's like Detective Pikachu. It was actually good.
Care. It's a fucking Sonic movie. That is the spurgiest thing I've ever heard. I will not watch it.
Yeah, but wait.
It's horrible.
You got Jim Carrey playing Eggman, and he does really good. I
don't care.
Like Jim Carrey is a fucking perfect Eggman. I'm sorry.
No. I can't watch it. To me, this is like fucking Boss Baby. Like I don't care how often it sits there. I am not gonna watch it. It's just stupid. I won't. That is a line. I have very little dignity, and that is like a line I will not cross. Because like if there's like 3 constants in life: death, taxes, and bad Sonic games. Like that. Or I don't even say bad Sonic games. Bad Sonic material.
Yeah.
Because it's not just games that are bad related to Sonic. They have like this whole media franchise that is like 80% bullshit.
Well, okay. Obviously, you got the disaster of Ken Penders with Archie Comics.
Yeah.
But he's out. Literally, he's out. They got rid of him.
Yeah, but like...
But wait. So now they're running the comic with IDW, and the comic's supposed to be really good.
I don't care.
Wait. It's supposed to be really good, but the best part of the comic is the guy who's now making the comic is the guy who created Tails Gets Controlled. I shit you not.
I'm not gonna read. No. I'm not. It doesn't. It could be a magnum opus. It could be like the next War and Peace, and I am not. It's got Sonic in it. It just can't be that. I know it can't be that. So I won't.
Like I'm just saying. Like they've been working a lot to change Sonic around,
I
but
know.
it still don't mean it's gonna be good.
Right. I mean, to me, I guess, like, really, it's kind of, I shouldn't be, like, ripping into it so bad, because at the end of the day, Sonic is, like, a kid's franchise. Like,
Well, Sonic was literally created to be the anti-Mario.
yeah, I know.
That's why he's
and
blue.
Mario's the same way. Like, there's, like, so many, like,
Anti-Mario.
No, literally.
no, that was, like, the point. He was supposed to be, like, a cooler, edgier, like, counterpart to Mario.
And he literally.
Like, oh yeah, what's cooler than like a red plumber? How about a blue spiky-haired hedgehog that goes fast?
It was Sonic who took away Nintendo's crown.
Yeah.
In the like NES and SNES era.
Oh yeah. Like,
It was
Sega
Sega who took the crown away from Nintendo.
Yeah, they just
Like,
didn't
it
know what to
wasn't-
do with it.
It wasn't one of these other ones. It wasn't PlayStation or anything yet. It was Sega who did it.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation just kind of slowly moved in with like having more adult-themed games.
Well, yeah, that
and
and they had
catering
like
to a more
they had
adult
like
audience.
almost 700 megs of game storage compared to like the Nintendo 64's like
64
64
or whatever the fuck it was.
megabytes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony saw the writing on the wall with the cartridge, but yeah, no, that I
Well,
just
Sony and Nintendo were working together, and Nintendo got too prideful. So
Right.
here we are.
yep.
And now like Sony's got the empire.
I know, it's so weird.
But now they're getting greedy again, and Xbox is making all the moves, not trying to be so greedy. So
But it is also Microsoft, which is again, we were talking about this before this happened, but yeah, Microsoft and live service is like, just look at the consistency of any Microsoft product and how long they've stuck with it that isn't Windows or Office.
it's just kinda,
yeah, and then just realize that like, wow, cool, every product has like a 2-year lifespan.
yeah.
Like, oh, anybody remember the Zune and how that was dropped like a hot potato? How about Windows Phone? That was real cool.
Oh, dude, the Windows Phone.
Yeah.
I had one of those.
Like, the phones weren't bad, but Microsoft was like, Psst, we're done.
No.
We can't beat Android. It sucks.
I had one of those.
They should have, if they committed to it. The problem was it's the same thing with the Zune, where like they started to,
Yeah.
and they did a couple models, and the last one, I had the last one, like the thinner one,
Yeah.
and it was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was
I'm saying,
way
like,
better than the fucking iPod.
It's the same deal with like the Zune too. Like, it wasn't that bad. It's just Microsoft can't fucking stick with anything. So they never improve on it. They release it and they're like, oh man, this kind of sucks. And then instead of being like, well, how can we make it better for Zune 2 or Windows Phone, whatever, they're just like, you know what? We're done.
We're
yeah,
done,
yeah,
yeah.
it's too expensive. Let's just make more Microsoft Office.
Windows Phone.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, let's be real. That's where they make all their money, especially now that Office is a subscription. now.
yeah.
I can't talk.
It's
But yeah.
just, I don't know. Any Microsoft live service, anything is just. I feel like it's just doomed to fail. Like,
Yeah.
just look
Outside of
at their
Office.
track record, and it's like, you know, they're not going to stick with anything. Like, I'm still recounting when they were like, oh yeah, Windows 10 is going to be like the last Windows, and when Windows 11
so
came
much
out.
that. Here's Windows 11.
Yeah.
And Windows 11 sucks it.
Yeah.
Bill
Oh yeah.
Gates
Yeah.
a quitter.
Yeah.
He's just a quitter, right?
Yeah.
Bill Gates.
No,
It's not
he
even
just
Bill
retired.
Gates anymore.
I know.
It's just Microsoft's like whole corporate philosophy is like, if it doesn't make us money out the gate, it's not worth keeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you remember in the 90s when Bill Gates jumped the chair?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And when Steve Ballmer came out like prancing around because he sprained his ankle like 2 steps in and he was just soaked in sweat.
Yeah.
Developers. I remember. Oh yeah, I remember. And I also remember when Bill Gates was giving the presentation on how reliable like Windows 95 was, and then it fucking blue screen in front of the whole audience.
Yeah.
Like,
At least it wasn't 98.
yeah, exactly. It's. I almost wonder if that's why people think 98 is more reliable than 95. Because I'm sure by like OSR2, 95 was fine. But like it was just like, oh, well, they didn't see Windows 98 fail on a projector, so therefore it's more reliable.
Yeah. But Q obviously the old bit from the Gmod Idiot Box series.
Oh, God.
The fucking Windows 98.
Yeah.
Because it always crashed. You're like, what the fuck is this? nothing's wrong. Windows just crashed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, half the time you get a blue screen and then you just hit escape and it's like, okay, well now it's working again. I don't know what the fuck just died, but let's just keep going.
Good old Windows 98.
It's our borrowed version of SnowRunner. You know, it's like,
yeah.
all right, well the error is there, but if you click off it, just go back to the game. You can keep playing.
Yep.
As soon as you acknowledge that error, the game closes. You're done.
The game closes and you lose like your save.
Oh yeah. Your save gets deleted and everything.
just
So
have
it's
to
like as
delete.
long as you leave the game on, you're fine.
I used to do that when I rent games, like back in the day.
True, yeah.
We would, didn't have memory card space or whatever.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just leave the game console on the whole weekend while I have the game.
Oh yeah, like classic Nintendo games, like NES and stuff, where it's like, oh yeah, they don't have saves. Like they just have the stupid passwords. It's like, dude, I'm not writing down these fucking passwords. I'm just leaving the console on all day. I'll play it when I come back from school.
Yeah.
Oh, and then God help you if you have a power outage. That's yeah, the number of game progress, like the amount of game progress that just got wiped because like, oh
You know
yeah,
what
someone
always
flipped the
happens?
light switch and I plugged my console into the wrong outlet, so now it's
You know
gone.
what else would
Yeah.
happen? You'd leave it on for so long that you couldn't save it because if you tried to save it, it would just corrupt.
Oh yeah,
If it was on for too long.
yeah,
That was just as painful.
yeah. That was real bad too. Yeah,
But
but yeah, all those password games, like I get the idea of it, but like I never. I would just
Pretty
leave it on.
games.
I'd be like, I'm not writing this shit down. Come on, this is a video game. Yeah. Save states for those games nowadays is like the greatest thing.
Yeah, and it's just auto saves and shit.
Yeah,
Back when
it's
you had
just
to
like
manually save your game, and if you forgot to save
oh, like
it at a certain point-
that's like a lot of times like why I prefer like sometimes I like emulators versus like actual hardware because it's like oh now I have
You
save
just save
states.
state.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
like this is great. Like I don't have to write to a cartridge, right? I can just like create a save state and then I can just play it on whatever I want, whenever I want. I can have multiple save states, so it's like, oh, you're trying to get that cool Pokemon. Well, you just keep loading the save state. Yeah, sorry, that was Spurgy, but
Yeah. Anyways, so Matt, how was your week?
yeah. Oh my God.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
40 minutes
Wow.
in, we haven't talked about weeks yet, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, well, I got some car parts. I got some
Nice.
stuff for the Suburban. I got a new water pump,
Nice.
and yeah, I'm gonna install that probably this week.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you need someone to help you hold the breaker bar and fuck it up like we did?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, keep me posted. I'll help you with that.
Hold the breaker bar and break the thing.
Yeah, I'll break the tool that's meant to remove the thing.
It's a pretty
It's okay, then
easy
you can
one.
go back to Harbor Freight and get the gold one.
Ah, yes. I wonder if it's still there. I bet you that tool is going to sit on that shelf for like the rest of time.
Somebody will buy it. Like
What-
it's
who,
been there.
though?
Like it's been there, and then it's not been there before. Like that section has been
That
empty.
actually scares me because someone is like, dude, the gold-plated tool? Hell yes. Like I would get that like for someone as a well, I guess there's probably more than one of me of like
Dude,
I
it's
just buy
probably
it
not
as a
even gold.
novelty.
It's probably just like electroplating.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
no,
is. It's
it's
electroplated.
definitely electroplated.
Yep,
It's not
electroplated.
24 karat gold. or
Yeah,
whatever
it's
the
like a
fuck they say it is.
micrometer thick.
Yeah, no. It's just electroplating.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
Yeah.
If it actually had gold in it, it'd be way more than 60 bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
it's not.
yeah.
Sorry.
I wonder how much it actually takes them to make it. Like to make
No, nothing.
the cost of the wrench and the electroplating.
Probably nothing. Probably like an
fucking
extra like
$10.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
like an extra $5. Here's a $40 markup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So you got the parts.
I got the parts.
Hi, Bowser.
What else
Did you
did I
break
do?
your toy?
That's pretty. I played Forza.
Oh yeah. Stop.
That's pretty much all I did this week. I really didn't do all that much. Nothing too exciting.
Yeah.
I'm still getting better from my COVID odyssey.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, you sound a lot better than
it's
last
great.
week.
Like I'm surprised. Like literally nobody else got sick. I'm really glad nobody else got sick.
Hmm.
Because I was at work for like a week, 2 weeks with it almost, and I came here like twice
Yeah.
before I even knew I had it.
Yeah, actually, it was weird when I had it like months ago because I think the only person I gave it to was my mom.
Yeah.
Like my sister rode in the car with me for like a couple of trips for like
Didn't
an
get it.
hour, and she didn't get it. So it was just me and my mom. So
That's
that was
wild.
actually pretty
That's just
nice.
how it is.
Yeah.
Like,
You can't really predict it.
There's no sense to it. It just happens.
No.
you got the COVID. Now you got to worry about the other one, the monkeypox.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, monkeypox.
All right. I know I'm gonna regret this.
Please say it.
What exactly is monkeypox? Like, I know what it is. Like,
It's
a
pox from monkeys.
yeah, but how did it go
Do you?
from monkeys?
Do you?
Yes.
Do you want to know?
I do. I want to know how did it go
no.
from people to monkeys, and how did it become monkey?
Well, see, when a man loves a monkey.
Matt's in pain
Can't they
from
just,
that. Eddie didn't even care that I did it, and Matt's just saying like,
Oh no, I heard it. I'm choosing not to. I'm trying not to acknowledge it.
It's one thing. People make stupid, ridiculous decisions all the time, and that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, when you get to my week, there's a stupid decision there. Yeah.
But someone's decision has led into
Led.
Someone's decision has led to
Monkeypox.
something being named and feared around the whole world. One guy's bad decision to do one thing is now called monkeypox, and the entire world has to fear it.
well,
Yeah.
that's
Well, it's like swine flu.
Why?
That's like every Ebola outbreak. Same
Yeah, that's
thing.
true.
Did someone bangs an Ebola? What's an Ebola?
Ebola comes from monkeys.
No.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
Ebola is
Does
one
it
of those
only
ones
come
where it's
from
like that's
one thing?
basically a Resident Evil disease.
Does it only come from doing one thing with a monkey?
I
Can a monkey
don't
just-
know. I don't know. I just know like every single time it comes from someone in Africa who was banging a monkey.
Well, I wasn't even gonna say like that was the
Well, there it
implication
is.
I was going for, but yeah, he said it. Usually, I think it's like the bushmeat kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
they like because people starve,
shitty
so they have to
meat.
like kill a monkey, and they eat like this. It's like those weird Americans that like pick up dead raccoons on the side of the road, and they're like, "Get it!" It's like you're gonna get some kind of fucking disease from that. But the thing is that like Africa is home to like every novel disease under the surface of the sun, so it's only a matter of time before they do something and it transfers into the human population.
That is just
No bark. No bark.
I think it's just more fun to say that like someone fucked a monkey.
Yeah. Clearly.
probably what happened.
Yeah, but
Clearly.
I'm not. No.
Clearly. Anyways, we need to get off topic of monkeypox.
Yeah.
It's too
Let's not talk about the monkeypox. I still thought
Yeah.
it was funny when my mom told me about it, and I thought it was fake. Because I was like, "You're making," because she loves monkeys, and so I was just like, "You're making this up. You're trying to gaslight me. This isn't a real disease. You just like monkeys, and you're trying to get me
No.
scared of something." And it's like, "Oh no, it was real." And I was like, "Fuck." Sorry.
How
Okay.
much do we have to worry about it? Like, is it like?
It's it's like another version of chicken pox.
Yeah,
if
it's
you
one
get
of
it
those.
once, are you like pretty much like immune? For
I don't know about that yet.
Yeah, I don't think like it's. Well, it's pretty widely spread now, and I'm sure they probably know the progression rate of it. But
Are
No, we
parents
don't.
gonna
We
try
don't.
to like infect all of us with it so that we get it now?
I fucking hope not, dude. Oh, I hate
don't
that
need fucking
so
shingles,
much. Yeah.
like-
Oh, cool. Yeah, we're basically all doomed now to get shingles because our
Yeah.
parents are idiots.
Basically. Well, yeah, but that
I
was
love
the
you,
thing.
Mom.
That was the thing. Is nobody knew better years ago.
Right. That was
So like
just
it was
cool.
one of those where it was like nobody
Yeah.
knew any better, and it was something that was super contagious. So it was like, oh, Billy's got it. All right, everyone go hang out with Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't mean I can't like give them shit for it though.
Oh yeah. No. I'm with you 100%.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
it was a different time.
Yeah,
like when we
yeah.
were kids in the
there-
90s.
There
still.
is something against that though. Like you just think like, oh yeah, the sick kid, go hang. Some part of that is like, listen to yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. But like, it was cheaper than getting the vaccine, so here you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was cheaper than the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper to buy him a Nintendo and have him go hang out with Billy than it
Yeah.
was to get the vaccine to prevent the thing from happening in the first place. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Matt, you have anything else?
Yeah. Anything else cool this week?
No, not really. I think
Alright.
that's pretty much it.
No?
I think no.
All right.
All right. How about you, James?
Well, obviously we'll get to it later. We did go to FunSpot.
We
on
did.
Sunday last week because Joey just left for school.
Yep.
Which they're in Texas. They got there 2 days ago. And they've just been kind of doing they got there Thursday. They've been doing just kind of setting up his dorm room and stuff like that. They went to this place and I got to pull it up here. This food place. and Joey was sending me pics of it, and I was giving him shit. I was like, "Oh yeah, you could do that. Just go ahead and eat it." I don't know the name of the place, but it was called the Zipper Ripper Challenge.
Oh yeah.
yeah. You must eat all your food in 12 minutes. No help from anyone. You get a burger with 5 patties, 5 strips of bacon, 5 slices of cheese, 1 pound of fries, and 1 drink.
Oh.
Whoa.
$34.95 if you don't make it. If you don't make it, and your picture on the wall of shame.
Oh yeah.
Free if you make it, and your picture's on the wall of fame, and a free T-shirt. So
Oh.
I was giving him shit about that.
Dude,
like,
the
oh, yeah,
things we as Americans do for a free T-shirt,
Yeah,
it
dude,
is absolutely outrageous.
It's called being a cotton slut.
It really is. I don't.
If you do it for the free T-shirt, it's called being a cotton slut.
Yeah, dude. Chicks show their tits, and guys will just imbibe a literal roadkill for a T-shirt. Like that is just. I don't know what it is.
Men
It's
will
just
commit cannibalism
that is
for a
as
T-shirt.
American as apple pie is.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
doing something for a T-shirt.
Yeah. So other than that, pressure washer died.
No.
Got a new one. I ordered a new hose. I kind of did the same thing you did, but only I went way cheaper. Like I went with all like low end products. It was like I'm gonna see how this all works out. So I got a cheaper no memory hose. It's like $60 for 50
Yep.
feet. Got one of those. Got a swivel fitting. It only like twists. It doesn't like bend or anything like
Yeah,
yours.
yep.
Like yours will go up and down. Like this one only twists.
Yeah.
So, but you know, what? All right, whatever. I was trying to do this like as cheap as could be. Got all that. The hose shows up tomorrow, of course.
Yeah, of course.
When I want to wash my car in the morning, it's like I'm gonna have everything but the hose.
Yeah, of
Whatever.
course. Of course.
It's all good. It's not the end of the world. So I've been dealing with that. Got all that going. I also learned that if you're using like one of the smaller electric ones, like under 2,000 psi,
Yep.
you should actually go get for the foam cannons. You should get the inside of the foam cannon. There's a little fitting, and you should downgrade that size of that fitting to 1.1 millimeter opening rather than like they come with like a 1.5.
Oh yeah, right. Because
Because
smaller
they're-
opening is going to give you higher pressure.
Yeah, because they're meant for like 2,000 plus psi pressure washers. That's why.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah. I see
Like
what
they
you're saying.
they
Yep.
put like a general size fitting in that works for everything.
Yeah.
So, but if you have like a sub 2,000, so like just like $100 one or whatever the hell, yeah, just these fittings are like $10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did that. I haven't used it yet because I was waiting for the hose, and that's normally like my Sunday morning thing is washing the car.
Right.
Other than that, I watched Gamescom. Gamescom was like boring, disappointing. Everything was like just like 3D trailers. Like they showed off some cool things. Like it was like, oh, this looks cool, but I wish I could see gameplay and stuff like that. And like when they do show gameplay, like they had one where it's called Friends vs. Friends, and like Jeff Keighley comes out, he's like, this one's got a really catchy tune, and no, like it's got like some girl like an acoustic guitar, and it shows like all these dudes like they get into this card game, and you're like, all right, so what the fuck is this card game actually? Is it a card game? Is it this? Is it that? Because it's all like a story trailer, and then like it shows like 3 seconds of gameplay footage, and it's like you get the cards, and it's actually like an FPS, and the card is like a gun or whatever the hell, like an item.
Okay.
It's like, all right, well that looks neat, but you guys didn't show me anything, so like I don't care.
Yeah.
There was so much stuff at Gamescom where I was like, this is cool, but this is just like a fake trailer or like fake gameplay. So it was just like boring. One other interesting thing that showed up was Lies of P, that Pinocchio game that European studio is working on.
Okay.
But like it's literally like, yeah, we got Bloodborne at home.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Like it looks interesting, but yeah, we got Bloodborne at home.
Yeah.
Like I hate to knock it, like it's just
Yeah.
I
see.
And then obviously like they showed off more of what's the new Dead Space? Not Dead Space, not
There's like
Cole Protocol, something Protocol.
there's like
I can't remember for the life of me. Anyways,
I
they
don't
showed
know.
off gameplay for that, and like it clearly looked like a fake gameplay trailer.
because
like,
it sucks.
It was like, okay, you're supposed to be in a dark room, and like it's some sort of like manufacturing. So like there's like a grinder in the center of the room, and like you could like use your telekinesis to throw the zombie enemy mutants whatever into it. But like there's like huge things of trash or whatever the fuck. I don't know where you are in like this prison facility, but it was like one of those things where it was like, this doesn't look so good. Like I understand it's supposed to be a dark environment, but like it looks like shit for a dark environment. So it was kind of disappointing, which I'm hoping that game is good. I want that game to be so good.
Yeah,
because that's what's gonna be. Dead
I mean
Space 4,
yeah. If we got like a revival of like that whole Dead Space genre, that'd be like yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was awesome.
I mean, we did get it. We got Resident Evil 7 and we got Resident Evil 8 off of it. But
oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Dead Space has just been dead, and this is basically what it is. What Dead Space is now, because it's all the same guys.
Yeah.
They're just at a new studio that's being funded by the company that owns PUBG.
I will admit that like Resident Evil, I know it's like holds a special place in like everybody's heart, and there are some parts of it that I do like, but I also look at that the same way I look at Sonic.
Oh, dude, chances are if
the
it
lore
doesn't have a number on it, like if it doesn't have a specific like 1, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and then 7 and 8 are like all good, but if it don't got the number, chances are it's trash.
Yeah.
I mean 6 is hot garbage. 5 is pretty iffy at some spots.
Oh yeah, I mean 5 is like, to me that was like basically stupid fun, because it was like, oh yeah, what if like Resident Evil was co-op? I don't know. It was like a product of the times.
It created survival horror as we know it.
True.
It did.
Well, I'd say like survival horror action, because that was like the big deal too. Was like that.
Well,
I mean, 4 was definitely more action oriented than the other ones. But
4 was the first one to go like full action.
Right.
Like
and then
full
5
action.
really carried that forward, and then 6 I think is when it kind of like jumped the shark.
Yeah, and then 7 was the reset back to like straight up like survival horror.
Yeah.
But like no, like 1 and 2 and like those were the ones that originally started survival horror.
Yeah.
And obviously you had like Silent Hill and stuff like that coming after.
Yeah. I just, again, to me it's like the story of those games is just so batshit insane that it's like like it really matters to some people, like, and I get like, I like characters like Wesker and stuff, like that's cool, but I don't follow it. It's just not worth my time.
Yeah, I don't know.
The games are fun. Like it's definitely cool. Like like the amount of stuff it's like invented, and like just, I don't know. The mutant monsters are cool, but
I mean, look, dude, 7 was awesome.
Yeah.
8 was even better.
Yeah,
like,
no, 8 was good.
Awesome. Like obviously it's got it's Resident Evil. Like that's the thing is like the first 3 zones are always the best, and then after that it's kind of like, I'm at least having fun.
I didn't like the protagonist of 8, but like he was also kind of like memeable in his own right.
Well, yeah, because he's supposed to be the
like his basic like catchphrase is "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well that's cool. But I guess like at the same time, it's like, like really the only other, like there's like a bunch of memorable quotes like for the wrong reasons of like, Jill sandwich. And then obviously Wesker yelling, Chris!
yeah.
But like the rest of it is like, yeah, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
I think the problem with that game is the same problem I had with, I think it was Half-Life 2. Whatever game had like, like the original gravity gun, I guess.
It was 2.
Was it 2?
Had the original.
Because I think by the time I finally got around to like actually playing through it, I had played other games that kind of like refined the mechanic and made it better.
Oh,
so when I played 2,
you kind of screwed yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize it at the time, but yeah. And I think that's the same thing with Resident Evil, because it's like by the time I got around to it, I had played other games that I felt did it better. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, okay. I mean, again, it's still good, and I like all my friends are into it, and I like it. I'm just not like a turbo fan of it, Like it's not one of those defining, like game defining kind of things to me. It's just like, oh yeah, Resident Evil, cool.
Yeah.
So what else this week?
I hate credits in Cult of the Lamb.
Oh, you beat it or you hate it?
I hate credits.
Oh.
I hate credits. Like, there's obviously still a bunch of stuff to do, but like my base is maxed out and everything like that. Dude, that game's gonna be like Binding of Isaac. There's gonna be so many content updates and all this other stuff coming. Like there's still so much shit to do in that game. Like I hit credits and I only have half the achievements.
Oh wow!
And like,
Oh my god.
I mean, some of them are obviously like, oh yeah, beat the bosses without taking a hit.
Kill a million bad guys.
Yeah, like obviously there's like.
Do you
the
remember
standard
Gears of
ones.
War 3?
Yep.
Or well, Gears of War in general, I think they had that achievement where it's like, oh yeah, kill like a million guys.
Yeah.
It was just like
At least that one counted between the multiplayer, the story, the
horde mode,
and
yep.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like so that's got a lot of stuff. Dude, that game is so good.
Yeah.
That's like the next one up there from Devolver, like Inscription and Gungeon. Like it's fucking up there. That's a good fucking game. And then obviously last week after the podcast, I worked on playing some more Ghostwire Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
I have like a small handful of like of the fucking visitor parades, the Heiyaki Yako something like I don't know how to say it in Japanese. It's weird.
Yeah. What?
But
Why are you getting mad at me?
basically you have to find the fucking parades of the visitors and then kill them all. And the hard part is enough. The hard part about that is like they literally only spawn like once every 20 minutes. And the entire time in the game, like as you work your way through the story, it's like, yeah, stay away from them. Stay away from it. So it's like, no. When they literally only spawn once every 20 minutes, and now that I'm at the end of the game, like I'm sitting right in front of the last mission, it's like, all right, here's the cleanup time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, now I've done everything else, and I have to like run around for 20 minutes and then hope it spawns in one area and run all over the map trying to find it. It's kind of a slog, but I have like 3 left to find. But pretty much like this second I hit the credits, it's going to give me like 8 achievements, and it'll be like, and among that will be the platinum.
Right.
So like I'm right there on that. I'm excited to get that over outside of Gamescom, and then like I don't know what I'm going to start next.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it outside of like the pressure washer, and then obviously I wanted to talk about the FunSpot stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I figured we'd save that for the end.
Okay.
Since, you went also for that.
Yeah, I did. It was a time. Oh, so does that mean it's my week?
Yeah,
Because okay, all right. Well, so I'm just gonna start with the worst story.
All right. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah. So I did go over it with James because I actually had to make sure that it would be okay to talk about.
Yeah, just fucking
So
rip it.
all right, I think it was Thursday night. I haven't gone to the store in like a month now. Like I got sick with a cold and I was like, all right, well I'm not going to the grocery store, and I just like still haven't gone. Because I'm just like living off of like whatever's in my cupboards and whatever. I'm just like, I still got like all this other shit I can make. So I'm like, all right. So Thursday night, I was playing Halo. Like I play like Halo with my family, and we were like, oh, okay. So I did like tomato soup with crackers, and I ate it all, and I was like, tomato soup. This is just not fulfilling. So, but I still had some crackers left. So I was like, well, what goes good with crackers? And I had in the fridge a thing of summer sausage, and it said Reaper on it, and I kind of like chalked that up as like, oh, okay, well, that's just marketing, which was a huge mistake. So I cut this thing in. I get like 6 or 7 slices off it, like these little slices, but it's like a big sausage, and I have some cheese with it. Like I had some deli cheese left in the fridge, and I had like these kind of like stale crackers, and it was like, all right, well, whatever. This will be a fun snack. So before we even start playing, I eat one piece, and I instantly regret it. It's just way too spicy for me. Like I will admit that when it comes to spicy food, I am kind of a bitch. Like I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, because like to me, like being hurt while eating food is not fun.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead. I know, hot take. But like I don't mind the taste of spicy food as long as it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
I am the like when it comes to like Wild Wings or whatever. Like I get medium. I don't know. Like that's hot enough. Because then I can eat the whole plate. I don't want to take home leftovers and just get these soggy fucking chicken wings.
I mean, you know what? I just remember that Reaper on the package meant Carolina Reaper.
Yeah. No, I learned that the hard way. So I ate like one piece, and my mouth was fucking on fire. I was dying. Literally dying.
So, just as a little side tangent, real quick.
Yeah.
My coworker grows peppers.
Yeah. No,
He's been growing ghost peppers, and he gave me one.
I've got
a fresh from the garden ghost pepper sitting on my counter.
No, I survived that. I will not do that to myself again.
That's like you slice such a tiny piece
I
off, chop it up, and you sprinkle it on a taco.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
a tiny bit,
slivers,
maybe. Yeah.
And then dice it up and put that shit on like one taco.
Yeah, I was
And
honestly
you
thinking,
fucking
like,
die.
with this sausage, like, you might be able to chop it up into really, really small pieces and, like, pan fry it to get some of that stuff out. And then maybe you could put it in an omelet, but it's just too much. And I'm stupid, so, like, I'm just going to go ahead and admit it. Like, so, you know, when you have a snack in front of you, even if it's bad, if you're, like, busy, like, you're preoccupied with something, you're just going to keep reaching for it. So that was me with this sausage. I already cut, like, 6 slices off. And, you know, we're playing, like, firefight or whatever. So it's like, when I die, it's like, okay, well, I got 10 seconds to wait on the spawn timer. So it's like, all right, well, I guess I'll have another piece. And I instantly regret it every time. I'm like, it's horrible. And I'm just an idiot. And I just keep eating it.
So just remember, that's how you build immunity to spice. You keep eating it.
Yeah, but I don't want it. I just don't. There's nothing I can gain from being immune to this. Like, it's literally, this is like the most useless superpower. Like, it'd be like being able to close windows from a distance but not open them. Like, that's fucking garbage. Fuck that. So, all right. So I finally down all of these things, and I've got tomato soup in my gullet. So it's basically just pure acid and capsaicin in my gut, and I'm just like, oh, I am so gonna regret this. I go to bed like after we're done with Halo, and like my guts are turning inside out, and I'm like, oh man, this sucks. And like, I don't know, some people find puking fun. I'm not one of them, so I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna sleep it off. I'm gonna be fine. I just like am commanding myself I'm gonna be fine.
Okay.
I wake up at 3 in the morning and I have to pee. So I wake up at 3 in the morning and I have to pee. And I pee, and it's just, I am pissing pure capsaicin. Like, I am pissing pepper spray. It was on fire. I don't know how else to explain it. It hurt so bad. Yeah. I'm not even gonna give Jeremy context. Fuck this. It's not even worth it.
So what if that was your superpower, but it was lava? So you could burn.
No.
Yeah, but you could burn people.
No, I don't give a shit. There's nobody I want to burn that bad with lava piss. Like, it's like to like just scorch my Johnson.
That would be kind of cool.
Shut up.
Piss on someone's stuff and just completely
Shut up.
vaporize
You
it.
don't understand what you're asking for until you have this happen to you.
Like, go piss
So
on someone's
for
car
the
and cut
next
through the car.
hour after I piss, my junk is burning. It hurts so bad. I have to like. I'm standing up in my living room at like 3:30 in the morning because it hurts to like sit because anything that touches it just hurts. And it was so bad. I'm just gonna go like, fuck this. This is going whatever.
No, it's going good.
Yeah, all right. So it got so bad, and I was just looking for relief anywhere. So I just like.
I was looking for
This is like the monkeypox moment. Like, this is where like bad things happen to the ecosystem. So it's so bad, and I don't know what to do. I have like nothing that can fucking help. So I drop trowel in the kitchen at the sink, and I flop over the kitchen sink, and with the fucking dish hose, I'm trying to spray my shit down, and it still just hurts so fucking bad.
Oh my God.
And like the whole day after that, it hurt like continuously less over time. But like after that first time, I actually thought something was medically wrong with me. Like I thought I had broken myself. It was just so bad. And like I couldn't eat because like my guts were still just turned like inside out by just being pepper sprayed by like digested summer sausage. It was fucking awful. And fortunately, like all the I don't know if you ever eat like like really spicy wings or whatever, like the next day you're gonna regret it when you take a shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
You know. Like it's just going to be toxic fumes. And fortunately, like it all came out as piss. But like
It all came out as just.
Oh yeah, but
So-
like it sucked worse. Like I would have rather have shit lava because like it just.
But did the shit lava ever happen? or
No,
was
it didn't.
literally-
It didn't.
all
I
happened
basically
in
just
the
had
past?
like a one
You
big.
just had lava pit.
I
was
had
literally
one
just
big
piss.
hot fart, and that was basically it.
Oh,
But the rest of it was piss, and it.
I am pissing you. I'm pissing we are.
I'm gonna use the proper term each year. There is no feeling worse than like a spicy urethra. You don't know what you're asking for.
Eddie didn't even get asked, and he said, "Like, oh, why does it burn when I pee?"
Yeah, dude, that's what I mean. Like when I first happened, I was like, "What is wrong with me?" And then I realized, like, no, it's spicy. This is not like my kidneys are failing. This is capsaicin coursing through my veins.
Were you on Planet Piss?
I was on Planet Piss. I just chugged like a gallon plus of water just to like try and dilute this shit. And every time I peed, it was just like like I couldn't sit because it would hurt. And yeah, it was like by 2 o'clock the next day, it was finally like manageable. But I was just, and the worst part is like, so I got this sausage as like one of 8 from like a friend who somehow misinterpreted that, like, because I said, I think I told this story, but she was asking me like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? Like, what do I get you? Because you like kind of have everything you want. And I'm like, I mean, if you don't want to buy me like a new TV or something really expensive, like I like those little summer sausage gift kits you get at Christmas time.
Yeah.
She didn't realize the gift kit part and just bought me sausage. Like she would just Amazon Prime me like just a giant ass summer sausage, and it was just, like all different flavors, different makes, and this was just the last one. And then lo and behold, just like out of the blue, she texted me that day because like I hadn't talked to her in a while. She was like, "Hey, are you alive?" And I was like, "I am clinging to life right now. I am sleep deprived and my junk burns because of you." And yeah, I had to explain to her that like she basically poisoned me.
Brings you meaning to
God, that is
brings you
brutal.
meaning to the term hot steaks.
Yeah.
I never knew that could happen.
That was nice. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. If you're a wimp with spicy food, anything that says Reaper on it, just walk away. It's not worth your sanity or
You're burning junk.
you're burning. Yeah, dude. Oh God.
Not in a good way.
No, there is nothing redeeming about this. It was just pain. It was just agony. And there was nothing you could do about it. Like, you know, like when your mouth is spicy and you're like,
Yeah.
like maybe milk will help. Maybe
Yep.
this will help. Maybe that. And it doesn't.
Yep.
That, but with your junk.
That truly is terrible.
And so I was fucking suffering on the level that was like the 7th circle of hell or something.
So
like,
did you
Imagine
dip your
if you had
tip in
to,
a
like-
cup of milk?
no. Well, first of all, I didn't have any milk, so I couldn't have done that if I wanted
You know what
to.
could have made that worse?
No.
Imagine if you had to like go to like some like important business meeting or something.
Ah!
Like
Well, because like the whole thing was, I was like
go to a
saying,
wedding.
I was telling myself that night after eating the tomato soup, like, all right, you know what? Fuck this. I'm finally going to the grocery store. And I refused to go to the grocery store because it was like, I do not need a lava piss episode in the grocery store and then just walk around all weird and like, because I'm like trying to keep my Johnson from touching anything. It's just, it was not.
Eddie doing like the goblin walk.
Dude, okay, and me in my living room, that was me. I was like walking around like in a panic, like, what the fuck do I do? I just didn't know. Like that is like
Okay. Did you Google it? Like go to WebMD just to see
no.
what it says you're gonna die?
I didn't want to look because I don't know if anybody's used WebMD, but like half the shit you look up there, they basically just say it's cancer, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother looking because
Oh,
it's just
you're
gonna tell me,
gonna
oh,
die
you
in a
have
week,
dick
yeah.
cancer. Like, yeah, no, I didn't
It's
even
cancer.
I didn't even bother to look.
Oh,
I was just like,
God.
fuck this. I just suffered through it, but man, I was suffering.
That's
It was
brutal.
it was horrible. And you know, like the whole time, like I literally didn't eat from that point, which was like 8:30 Thursday, until like 9 o'clock the next day because my insides were just
That must have been one hell of a spicy ass.
it was. I almost
Sausage
brought it, but then
Carolina
I was like,
Reaper.
yeah, I almost brought it for you guys to try it, but I was like, you know what? I don't even want to risk you guys feeling the pain that I felt.
I would have done it. Fuck it. That sounds awesome. That sounds like it's probably pretty good.
No.
Well,
You don't know what you're asking
I
for.
would've done
You
it.
genuinely do not know what you're asking for. That was like North Korean torture. Like it was just. Oh. Like, all right. Have you guys heard the story of like how the Chinese used? No, never mind. I don't want to talk about like how
we'll just talk
how
about
the Chinese used to
pepperboarding.
torture prisoners with a glass tube.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Oh, that's brutal.
You remember
Yeah,
that one?
yeah.
I know.
we're good.
I know about that, but like I heard about that in like a brutal like true crime case,
Yeah.
and I was wondering if that's what I'm like. Oh.
Oh yeah, no, that was
right.
like a Chinese torture method. Yeah,
that's
like
horrific.
they do that to captured soldiers.
Let's not talk about it anymore.
Yeah, we can leave that one.
We're done with
Even
that one.
Bowser's looking pretty upset about it. He's got his eyes closed.
Bowser.
He's like, ugh, stop. But yeah, so that was like the big event of my week. That was horrible. But then we did before that, before my life just careened out of control, we did go to FunSpot, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, like FunSpot's cool for like a local oddity because it's like, I don't know, they say it's like the biggest arcade, and I mean it's pretty big, but I think that title's debatable nowadays.
Oh yeah. Nowadays it is. There's bigger out there.
Yeah. I will say they have an amazing collection of retro games. Like that is the only reason I would go back. I don't know. I've just kind of outgrown arcades. I think.
Well,
but
it's not even that. It's like half the machines are broken, or like they had like broken buttons or
Yeah.
buttons and joysticks that were dying. So it just kind of sucked because you'd be like mashing it and like it's not even taking your input.
yeah, it was really annoying because like one of the things we really wanted to do was do like, because we had like 6 or 7 people, so it's like that's perfect for Daytona.
Yeah.
Because they have like the 8 machines like lined up and networked together, but half the machines were broken, and it was just like,
Well, it's like 3 of them the slot was jammed, so you couldn't even put a coin in.
yeah,
And then like the ones that were working, like half the steering wheels are fucked up.
yeah,
Because like when we went to play, I got on the machine, and like the second the race started, my car just veers right off into the infield, into the grass, and I lose all speed and momentum at the start of the race. It's like, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then not only that, like I couldn't drift.
Yeah.
Because the wheel was just messed up. So it was like this blows.
yeah, and mind you, these weren't like the older machines, like the ones with the 8 shifters on them. Like, no, it was just like this wussy thing
the
of like
newer
up
one.
and down, and it has like the little webcam, and I don't know. It was just like, why did you guys waste money on this? You might as well have just like kept those old machines, like put all the money you spent on these into the old machines that I know you had because I used to play those. It was just really frustrating. The retro collection was really good though. Like it was fun going through like we were playing. I was playing a lot of like 1943 and Defender. And,
Yeah.
And then James and I were dead set on beating Alex's high score at like Timber.
So Alex went and
he
he's like,
just found like the most obscure game, was like, I'm gonna set a high score.
I'm
on
gonna
it.
put my name at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And he goes on there and he puts his name on there for like 24,000.
Yeah. I think it was like 24, 26,000. Like he's up there. It's a pretty good score.
Yeah.
So then, but James and I realized it's a 2-player game. So then we're like, oh, all right, well, let's just tag team it and beat the shit out of his score.
So then we both put up scores that were close to 50,000.
Yeah. And I don't even think Alex went back to look at the machine. It was just fun to shit out.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it's one of those places where I again, controversial opinion. Like, unless you're a kid and like those new machines really appeal to you, like the Ninja Turtles or whatever they got going. Like some of those games were kind of fun. Like I know Taylor's a big fan of the Star Wars game. Like he plays through it every time he's there, and like I'm sure that costs like 3 or 4 tokens a rip. So it's like, yeah, okay, you could spend $20 on that. That makes sense.
But like, okay, so all those new games like that, like the new Hot Wheels and the Ninja Turtles cab and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you can go play those at Dave & Buster's.
Right.
And Dave & Buster's also, because it is a big chain across the nation. Yeah, their arcades are a lot smaller. They actually take better care of their machines.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the one in Manchester has like Daytona, but they only have 4 cabs linked together.
Right.
Yeah.
But
But if
those
all the
cabs
cabs would have
work.
worked, we would have had a better
Yeah.
experience
Yeah,
there than we would
exactly.
have at FunSpot.
Like that's more than
Yeah.
half the reason why we went to FunSpot was to just like race on Daytona.
Yeah. Well, and that it was also like Joey's sending off, and it was like, you know, we don't know whether or not he's going to be coming back to New Hampshire. So it's like, well, this is like the most New Hampshire video game thing we have.
Yeah.
So you might as well go check it out.
And he hadn't done it. He'd never done it.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I get that Dave & Buster's is better, but like Dave & Buster's is nationwide. So
Yeah,
it's like,
it's just
you
Dave &
can
Buster's.
always go to a Dave & Buster's, but you can only get FunSpot in New Hampshire. So you might as well go to it. But yeah, like I learned that $20 is way too many tokens. Like, especially if you're into their retro machines or just like skee ball, all of that costs one. And I was not able to go through all those tokens in 2 hours. Like,
Yeah.
I still had like $5. Like, in my car, I still have the cup with like $5 of tokens in it because I was just like, I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, like I dropped I don't know how many into the coin droppers. Just get a
Yeah,
bunch
at some
of
point we were
tickets
just
and-
like I think I sank like $5 worth of tokens just into like the stupid token taking printing ticket printer machines. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, you try and like get the jackpot and you never fucking get the jackpot, but you know, it's just like a way to waste tokens because it
Well,
takes like
that's
a
just it.
second.
It's like, yeah, I want to play all these old arcade games and everything, but when more than half the machines are like broken,
Right.
Yeah.
or it's like the joysticks, like, okay, we wanted to play Gauntlet,
Yes. Oh, that
and
was
like
really
they had a Gauntlet 2
frustrating.
machine, but then
They had both.
only
They had-
two positions worked,
Yeah.
and the ones that did work, like they were all like fucking broken.
Yeah, that was the worst.
Just
So
like-
they had actually both gauntlets. They had Gauntlet and Gauntlet 2, like back to back. And they both had the same problems. Players 2 and 3 didn't work. So you were either the warrior or the elf. That was it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the joysticks were all like busted. Like as the warrior, like I was always moving like diagonally down to the left.
Yeah.
Unless I like purposely guided my stick the other direction. So it was just really frustrating. But like a lot of the other like retro machines there worked pretty good. Like I had a lot of fun playing Defender. I played a little bit of Galaga, and there were like a bunch of clones that I'd kind of forgotten about. Like I played some Galaxian, which is like kind of shitty Galaga, and then there was, oh man, I wish I
Well-
remember the name of it, but it was like a remake of Galaga, but it wasn't called Galaga. Like because I know there's Galaga 88, and that's like an updated
Yeah,
version. But this was like a different game, but it had way better sprites, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But again, it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, 2 hours, like just put $10 worth of tokens in, you'll get everything you need.
Well, it's like they had one SNK cab there,
Yeah,
and it was like it was just playing like one of the old Sam shows. I don't remember which one it was.
right.
And while that was fun to sit down and play some Sam Show, even though like I suck ass at it, like I still beat a couple characters in like the arcade like story mode or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
But like even then, like half the buttons weren't registering on the machine. It's like I get it, dude. Like, but like I don't know. Obviously, they're not. They're doing more of like the a lot of the machines had more of the American style
Yeah.
machine,
Like
like buttons,
yeah.
and joysticks. But it's like I'm sitting there, and obviously I understand. I understand there's a whole thing to fixing this stuff, and I understand like it's a whole thing for the arcades, and this is part of the reason why the arcades went away is like
Right.
obviously keeping up with the machines.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like, go toss some fucking Sound Denshi buttons in there. Like, obviously, I get it. Part of it is you have a bunch of kids running around. Like,
Oh yeah, and
obviously-
kids are never fucking gentle with this shit. They don't. I mean, I know as a kid, I didn't appreciate any arcade machine. I was always tooling on it.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's how
Well, like-
these things break.
But like, I've gone to like we had a Player One in Vegas, which was a barcade. So obviously you had to be 21 to get in.
Yeah.
And you had to pay like a $10 cover charge. But as long as you paid the $10 cover charge, all of the arcade games were free.
Oh,
Right.
that's interesting.
But what they had done there was a lot of the arcade games, like at least all of the fighting games, like the Mortal Kombats and everything, they went through and they put like good Sanwa joysticks and good Sanwa buttons on the arcade machine. Like obviously, like you do have to convert them a little, and you do have to do work. I know it's not like cut and dry of just like I just unscrew the button, put the new one in, screw it in, plug it in.
Yeah.
Like some cabs will do that, other cabs won't. Like I get it, I understand, but like there's a point where it's like, dude, go get some better parts that last better,
Yeah.
that last more, and like fix some of it. Or it's like I mean, obviously I understand there's also a big difficulty with this too, and I'm willing to bet this is probably the real reason why they got rid of the old Daytona machines was burn-in.
True.
Because like if they were using like old tube TVs, like CRTs and stuff,
Yeah.
it's burn-in.
Yeah,
Like,
you see that
you
on a
can't
lot
just
of
get
their
another
older
one.
games. Yeah, they have a lot of them have that burn in on them.
Yeah, dude, like so many of the old ones, like I love those games, but like they're burnt in. You can't do.
I think
anything about
they like now they work a lot harder to avoid it because I know because it used to be like they just left the machines on 24/7. That's how the high scores stayed. But I think now they shut them off at night, so that way it's like they're trying to like prolong the life of these parts.
that. Yeah, well, I mean, good luck finding another tube, is the thing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like you're not you're not gonna get like a new like.
It's
the
so
odds
hard.
of finding a used tube is already super hard, let alone like new old stock or something. Like you're just not gonna find it.
Like, obviously buttons and stuff are easy. Like, I
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
buy Sunwood Denji buttons for like $3 a button.
Right.
But like, yeah, no, like you can't just replace a CRT.
Oh yeah, no.
I understand that. Obviously, like arcades are such a finicky business, anyways. Like,
Right.
there's not like you can't just make a lot of easy money on it.
Right.
It's pretty difficult, so it becomes a whole thing of trying to do that. But like, I would love to have one. Like, I would love to have a successful arcade. But if I did, I would have like almost like these arcade 1-up cabinets, something like that. Or I would do like every single cabinet would be like a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
With like RetroPie on it, and
Right.
like I would just have them locked to certain games.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
So it's like, yeah, this is the Street Fighter cabinet. Yeah, this is that cabinet. Or I'd be like trying to find what can I do to get these cabinets and get these cabinets with more modern stuff, like just flat panels.
right.
Which I understand.
I know
it's a whole thing.
Yeah, I know the guy who had Pinball Wizard. He was working on that with some of the machines. He was he was converting a lot of the old burnout tubes to LCDs, so that way it's like, yeah, now I can just replace these with off the shelf parts.
But it's not easy. Like,
Right?
it's
Yeah.
not-
No,
it's-
it took him like a month per machine.
Yeah, because you have to do a lot of work to it.
Right. Yeah, and FunSpot's also kind of tricky because it's like a lot of those machines. It's like they don't really ever take them down either. Like the
Well,
Daytona ones they did, but like all those classic ones, it's not like they have like another version of Asteroids to put in. It's like it kind of has to sit out there. So some of those games just get really really worn out, and a lot of them are just
Yeah.
like from private collectors. Like they just like took it and be like, all right, well we'll put it back in use.
There was a game shop in Vegas. I forget what it's called, but it was over by where it was next door to the old Pinball Hall of Fame. Before they moved it right off to the end of the strip, like a little bit down from Mandalay Bay. But where it was over on like the east side of the strip and the back side, this game shop was there, and this dude had like hella games. Like his shop was bigger than Core Gaming.
Oh wow.
But not only did he have that, and keep in mind, Vegas has more of an arcade scene.
Oh, yeah,
like
I'm
gambling
sure,
and
yeah.
everything like that.
Right.
You had GameWorks, you have Dave and Buster's. There's like a couple Dave and Buster's, and then you also have like Player One. But then you also have to remember, you have Evo coming to town every year,
Right.
And like a couple other like game tournaments because it's Vegas.
Yeah.
But what you would have is at this guy's shop, he would do this. He had hella custom perlers. Like he would take perlers and stuff like that. I remember he had one that I wanted to buy so bad, but like I was like, I can just go fucking make that myself. He took a Rapidash from Pokemon, right? But he did the Kirin from Monster Hunter, so the lightning unicorn.
Wow.
But he did it out of the Rapidash sprite from
Wow.
Pokemon. So like that was really cool, and like he would do all kinds of stuff like that with his sprite works for his perlers. So like mad props to that guy. He had rad stuff. So like half of his walls were like perlers that were for sale. And then he was obviously fixing old consoles.
Right.
And like he would fix carts too.
Nice.
Like he would actually like do the batteries and clean up the carts.
That's cool. I love that kind of stuff.
like, if
that's
they
like
had-
that's like a lost art.
Yeah, no, like it was this older guy who was doing it.
Yeah.
But like no, that guy was really cool. And then at the same time, he was refurbishing arcade machines, and he was doing the conversion to like LCD panels.
I see. Yeah.
So like we were there, and they had a Tekken 3 cab
Oh,
for like $800, and I was like, oh my god, dude, that was the one where we were in the first house where there just wasn't any space for it.
Yeah.
And it was just like, And then by the time we got to the new house and like I had a chance to go buy that cab, and it was gone. It was long gone.
Yeah.
But like having a refreshed Tekken 3 cab.
Oh, that'd be
But
badass.
like, everything, like, Sanwa Denshi, everything. So it's all like good sticks, good buttons, everything like that. And then you can obviously set it to free play because it'd be your own machine. And having it converted and like updated art on the side and reprinted vinyl and like, oh man, like
That's
yeah,
like
for
a work of
$800
art at that
dude,
point.
fuck yeah. But congratulations to whoever got that. Because like that's one I'd love to get. I'd love to get Third Strike. I suck at Third Strike, but it's fucking Third Strike.
Yeah.
It's fucking Street Fighter.
Yeah, no, for me, all the Tekken cabs are always awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Mortal Kombat to a lesser extent, like, I'm not really good at it, but I always appreciate, like, Ultimate MK3. Like, that's, I don't know, that's just, like, the classic 2D Mortal Kombat, you know?
Well, let's talk about the Mortal Kombat cabs at FunSpot.
Oh,
they
yeah.
weren't
Had,
exactly
like,
in the greatest
just
condition.
in the corner, yeah. I mean, they worked, which was good, but, yeah, they were really tired looking.
Yeah, they were.
All the art was like crumpling on the inside, and
well, it's like I put the credits in that one, and Jeremy saw me play it. That one, and it was
the bot instantly trounced
the
you.
very first one. It's like I picked Scorpion. It puts me up against Sub-Zero. Like I think it was Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah,
and like the second it was like round one, fight. Like the AI had crossed the screen, and like, I'm not that good at Mortal Kombat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm better at that I was better at that Sam Show cab than I was at the Mortal Kombat cab.
Yeah.
That's just, Mortal Kombat has never been my jam.
Yeah.
I've played more of like Street Fighter,
Right.
and SNK is closer to Street Fighter than
Right,
Mortal
right,
Kombat is. But like, that cab was like full kill mode instantly. Like, like it was like, what the fuck? Like, it literally killed me and finished the round within 5 seconds. Like I'm sitting there going like, what even just happened?
Yeah, it literally just took your token and said "fuck you."
Like what even just happened?
Yep.
Like I could read a fighting game, but like I looked at that and I was like, what?
Oh yeah, I mean it's one thing like because Mortal Kombat is like especially those early cabs, they're notorious for having like the fucking worst AI.
Well, they used to input read.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it was basically just cheating.
Yeah. But it was so fucking brutally hard. It was like, what just happened?
Like to me, like I hate playing Mortal Kombat against a bot. Like I will only play it if I can fight someone else, just because it's like that's more fun.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know what you're doing, because I still fuck up Ice Ball 50% of the time.
Yeah.
I think in that fight against Alex, while you were doing that, I didn't get a single one off because I was like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
which they didn't have any Street Fighter cabs, did they?
No.
That
they didn't have any Street Fighter cabs. They didn't have that was the nice thing about Pinball Wizard when it was open, because they had a Street Fighter cab. I don't remember which one it was.
Like I would have spent most of my tokens on Street Fighter if they had it.
They had
like they didn't even have a 2, like a Super Turbo. Like it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, no. Pinball Wizard had like the Street Fighter. I think they had 2 versions of Tekken. I think they had 3, and then also like 5. I think. They had what is that game where you play as the dinosaurs?
Bloody Roar.
Yeah. They had that. Killer Instinct. And,
the old KIs are so good.
Yeah. They had they had a huge collection there, and I'm curious to where those games wound up, because I know again that was like, I don't know if it was the owner or like one of the partners involved in that business, but I think all the machines belonged to like one guy. So I'd be really curious to know like where those machines wound up.
A lot of that goes to private collectors, or like if they're in good condition, they end up going to like other places like Galloping Ghost or Player One or something like that.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, that's the nature of it.
Yeah.
And then like the last thing there at FunSpot though, I fucking hustled Tori hard at.
Yo, you did, yeah. Cause she was
hustled the shit out of Tori.
So she was being a shit in Daytona, because I didn't even get to race because there weren't enough machines.
And the machines
but
are
I
broken.
watched James, Joey, and Tori race.
Yeah.
And basically, so James was fighting a broken wheel, but he was doing pretty good. Joey he was all right. And Tori was like ahead most of the race, but as soon as anybody passed her, she just became a radar guided missile and would just wreck people.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like
just
oh yeah, I'm
crashing and
trying to like
running
win
people
the
off.
race. It was like no, I'm just gonna crash into you and ruin your race.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the worst kind of people you see playing Forza Online.
Yeah. Typical Forza or GT experience.
And it's just like, God, you're a bitch.
You suck. Dude. You suck. Anyways,
Yeah.
so that is like we're winding down. Tori's talking mad shit.
Oh yeah, she's like,
It's
who's
her
gonna
last-
play me at air hockey?
it's
Who's
her-
gonna play me at air hockey?
Her last hook is that she won't stop picking on people.
Yeah.
And she had asked me, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she didn't know. She didn't know, and
No.
I don't blame her. Like we had a cabinet in our house, like or a table in our house for like 4 years. Used to play air hockey like every fucking day.
Yeah.
So like yeah, one of those where it was like yeah, you want to go?
She kept
Wanna
talking
go?
mad shit.
So then like yeah. I didn't want to give her as many points as I did. Obviously, like I scored on myself a couple times just being an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, and also when I'm sitting there, the table for whatever fucking reason is like bare metal at FunSpot.
Oh yeah, and the light is like right overhead.
Yeah, it's right overhead. So the entire time, because of where the light was, it was like straight reflection, like straight into my eyes.
Yeah.
Like straight glare. So like I couldn't see shit half the fucking time.
Oh yeah, it was.
Anyways, yeah, it ends up coming down like 6-6. And like for that final point, I straight fucking played her.
Yep.
Straight fucking played her. It was like, all right, now it's time.
Yep.
Now it's time. And I'm hitting it all over the place. And I just hit it like a medium hit, like straight in.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, game over.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And of course, immediately after that, after all the shit talking, everything, the entire time, like shit talking before, shit talking during the match, and everything, like I get her over from the machine, like
Yeah, he's doing like the fucking high fives through the crowd because we're all sitting there.
Everyone's sitting on the bench to the side.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, we're all
watching.
getting ready to leave, and it's like, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, she got what she fucking deserved.
Yeah, it was funny because she's sitting there doing that, and she's like, I was like, Corey, you got hustled.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
This is one of
straight
those,
up hustled.
You got hustled at air hockey. Like, take your L.
I'll tell you what you get. You get what you fucking deserve.
Yeah, exactly.
It was one of those. It was fun as fuck, though.
You're nothing.
No talent. Yeah, that was really rewarding to see. And then we went to
Rubbing butts.
a fantastic little barbecue place. I think
It's in Meredith.
Yeah, it was technically over in Meredith.
In Meredith.
Yeah, I mean it's all like Lakes region, but yeah, and it was really fucking good.
I mean, look, if you're up there,
Meredith. What
if you're up there, go to it. Like, I'm not gonna say drive.
Oh,
an
don't
hour
yeah,
out of
like
the way
if
to
you
go
live
to
in
this
like
place.
again like southern New Hampshire or whatever, it's not worth the hour drive. But if you're already up there and you want some barbecue, like it's really good.
Yo, that place was bomb.
Yeah.
That place was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Oh yeah, and they gave you like these tremendous portions. Like it was awesome.
yeah. So that place was a nice little place.
Yeah.
It's small, tiny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
Like we drove right past it. Like our whole convoy was just like, oh shit, that was it.
That's how you park. Like, where do you park? And you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to-
Like Alex and I wound up parking like at the building next door because we were like, where the fuck? Like even after we parked, we were like, where the fuck is it? We just see James's car, and it's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
right there.
yeah. Tiny place. Yo, that place was bomb.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That place was bomb. Everything was killer.
yeah. It was slightly it was like slightly above like Giovanni's level seating though. He's like, if you ever go like the one in town,
Three
is like,
tables,
yeah,
maybe
three
space for
tables
20 people.
right off to the side, zero air conditioning. Just
Yeah.
like you have to be desperate if you want to eat your food there.
Maybe space for 20 people in that building, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cramped.
Oh yeah,
at 20
that's like
people.
that is shoulder to shoulder. Yeah.
Like with the 6 of us, and then there was like 2 other people, and there was another table in the corner that had people at it, and it was cramped.
Yeah, we basically just like commandeered a corner of the building because we were just
Yeah.
like, well, they don't have one table that could seat all of us, so let's just kind of like make it ourselves. But it was a good time.
Man.
It was fun. I had Jeremy in the car with me. I gave him a ride, and that was fun. He basically just rocked out to whatever I had on the radio the whole time because I don't know. Like by the end of the day, it's just like you're tired. You know, you don't really want to talk anymore. So it's just kind of like driving and had the radio going.
Yeah.
Me and this kid were doing the thing at work that we do. It's like, born in the USA.
Oh, God, yeah. Born in the USA.
He started it. This kid just said that, and I was like, oh no. you
Oh yeah,
didn't.
you know,
I
like
was like, you did just say
it's
that.
the worst.
And the
Why would
rest
you
of
do
the
that?
whole day, it was just born in the
Yeah, dude. It's. I don't know what it is. That's like a. It's like a spurred calling card. Like as soon as you hear it, it's just like I know who you are. Born in the USA. I will say. I mean, I know that song is meant to be like really patriotic and stuff, but man, I don't know anybody who doesn't likes that song unironically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Good
it's
luck.
just it's all it is. That's the whole song. It's like 5 minutes of that. It's like Cashmere. It's like 7 minutes of dun 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 dun
pain.
dun dun dun
Stop.
dun 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 dun. Like,
Even Bowser's like, stop.
yeah, stop. Yeah. There are some songs that I just love to hate, and those two are
God.
way up there. Born in the USA and Cashmere.
Yep.
Go on, Matt. I know you have a laundry list.
No, I just think it's
Matt,
cool.
how about you wrap it up?
Those ones are like, you say that you're born to hate those, and it's like, I'm always the one that, like, you put the radio on and you put the song on, and I'm the one that's like, fuck!
Yeah, yeah. Well, because as soon as you hear it, you're like, yeah, like Hell's Bells. Like, you hear it and you're like, ah!
Oh,
I heard it too many times. I don't want to hear it anymore. Yeah.
Hell's Bells!
unless you're going into, like, a welding store or...
Yeah, right, right. Oh, yeah, yeah. We don't have to go back into the shop rock.
Yeah. We don't need to go.
Oh,
into-
yeah, we talked about that
Yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah.
Well, we made it, guys, to episode 21. We're party legal.
Yep, somehow I survived a burning pee-pee.
This week, we'll probably get, like, into, like, bar
I
fights.
can't believe I just actually told that story. That's on the fucking internet now.
That's
But it's funny as fuck.
I mean, there's probably someone out there that's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's happened to me too. So I guess, like, I don't feel like... I am
from
your
hot hole.
voice.
I never knew it could spawn itself in that way.
Oh, it was
You'd think it
awful.
would be all just the Ring of Fire, but no.
Poor.
The Ring of Fire.
That's what you would be expecting.
Uh,
That's what you would expect from that. but
No, it was a hot snake.
Oh,
All right, yeah, we can not
yeah.
talk about that. All right, well, I think that's it for episode 21, everybody.
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
We've
So,
made it.
obviously, this is on YouTube.
Yep.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe.
Y'all know the
and
routine.
If you don't want to look at us, because we're
Comment
all pretty
something-
ugly, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Oh.
Spotify.
Yeah,
Comment
Spotify.
something gross. Comment something stupid.
yeah. How many times have you had your urethra on fire?
Yeah,
Leave a
yeah.
comment below.
How many times have you suffered from hot hole?
Yeah, how many times have you danced too close to the Ring of Fire? Leave a comment below.
The spicy snake.
Spicy snake. All right, yeah, end it. Just push the button. Push
You
the
just
button.
subscribe because obviously it looks good on your resume.
Yeah.